Okay, Francesco, this is part two of this. So we've done the contract, we've got it saved to know where we want it. Now we're going to upload it into skyslope, which is our digital, it's where our files are kept and where we can send out for digital signatures. So this is EXP Enterprise. I'm not sure if you've been in here yet or not, but this is where this is kind of the mothership of all of the other sites. Okay, this is where your KV core is. And skyslope is by far the most, common area you're going to come into here. If you wanted to order um, shirts and stuff like that, you can get that in here as well. The logos, branding, etc. That's in here. But I use a third-party vendor for things like that. I don't know if you saw the shirt. I just got this. Asked me about real estate. See, word on your boat, man. Um, so let's go into skyslope. So again, step one. You got your buyer, he's pre-qualified. You go and show him the property. He likes the property. He wants to write up an offer. We go into transaction desk. We add the forms. We download the forms from MLS to somewhere where we're going to upload all of them here into SkySlope. Okay. So let's log in. Come on. Okay, I never start a transaction until we have a transaction. Okay, what I mean by that is until you have a signed contract, a signed listing agreement, I only go in here simply to get the signatures, and then I will start, a transaction, view transactions, create new transactions. That's all right here. Okay, so what we're doing is we're just sending them out for signatures. Create new envelope. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to create a new envelope to put the documents in it to send them out to get signatures. Do I have a property yet? No. Okay. Because I did the forms in transaction desk, I don't have a property. If you started the forms and everything in Skyslope, I'm guessing that's when you would choose property here because that's where the forms were started. No property. So it just takes you to this page to either drag or upload documents. So we're going to drag every single one of the things that we need in this file. In this case, there's six of them. There was four attachments on the MLS. We added the VA addendum, FHA VA addendum, and the as is contract. So I'm simply going to upload the documents. I have them on my desktop, lead-based paint. HOA, flood, and non-occupancy. So those get automatically added there. The other ones I'm going to get they were downloaded from transaction desk. So download, FHA, and that. So these are all movable. Okay, you can move this one down here. What I always would suggest is the as-is contract it should be on the top. We want our customer to get that contract first. These others in order really don't matter. I think if it's a buyer, contract on front, on top, listing, seller, listing on top. So we got all the documents that we need uploaded in SkySlope to get digital signatures. So simply click next. If you have recipients in here already, you can just search for them. But since we don't, we're going to add them. So I'm going to put you in here first, okay? Oops. And let me get your proper email address in here. Okay, let's add Joe Smith. And I'm going to put my email address as Joe Smith's, okay? Make sure that's correct because if it's not going anywhere or Joe will never get it. Always follow up when you send an email or a text with a phone call saying, hey, did you get the file? Make sure you get a response. Please confirm. All right, so we've got that all in there. I'm going to make sure I'm going to show you something here. Okay, so I didn't save it. So Joe Smith, John 34698 at outlook.com. Save. Got to make sure they're over on this side here. These can be moved up as well, up and down. I would always have your name on the top for you to sign what you need to first. Okay, so we've got the forms, we've got them uploaded, we got the people who need to sign. If you need to add more people, a husband, wife, whatever, new recipient, add them to it. Okay, click on next. So this is really very, very simple. Okay, here's the forms that we need filled out. And this top section here, you simply click on it, and that's what we are selecting. So in this case, initials. Okay, and notice your signature, your initials are here. So you're not signing the contract, the buyer is. So we click on the down, Joe, initials. Obviously, see how that highlighted? See the blue line? Then we're ready to go. All we do is click there, and Joe's initials go right there. We do the same thing on every box. Okay, where Joe or our customer needs to sign. So I'm not going to go any more than that, but let's go to the next form. These are all the forms that we uploaded, remember? Oh, while we're here, let's get a signature. How do we get a signature? Very simple. Click on signature, find Joe, boom, signature. Date, date. Okay, simple. Now, this is a form that was uploaded in MLS. So our customer's name isn't on it, right? So we got to add Joe's name to it. Click on Joe, and it puts his name right there. Okay? His initials right there. Simple. Let's go to the next one. Same thing here. The flood disclosure is a new required form for every listing in the state. So does the buyer sign this? No, the buyer does not sign this, but the buyer needs to be, and the seller signs it, but we responded and gave it back to the buyer on a certain date. So we can put the date in here. We can put a checkbox in here. Okay, that's how the checkboxes work. I'm going to delete that so it's not confusing to us. See what I'm doing? Highlighting this, deleting it. Good. Same thing here, right? Lead-based paint. So let's go to our buyer and put his full name in here. His initials right here. Buyer's initials, buyer's initials, buyer's initials. Make sure the box is checked or it'll get kicked back from EXP. Okay. And then obviously this is a form where you need to sign as the agent. So Joe signs. Joe dates. Frenchie. Initial. Oops. You can expand these if you want to. Signature. You get the idea. So I'm going to send this to you and you'll get it in an email and you can see how it looks. I'll sign mine as well. All right, video on its way.